Welcome back to the Stephan Show. My name is Graham, and welcome to my show. And today we have, I say this every single video. This is my favorite video of all. We're gonna talk to an extreme couponer. Like, this is legitimate. This isn't no, TLC extreme coupon. This is like the real deal. And she's going to expose what it's actually like to be an extreme couponer, how you go and do that, how much money she makes per hour. She's gonna expose all of this right now. Let's bring her on the show. So welcome to the Stephan Show. What's going on?
Hi, it's Rachel. I'm just here ready to talk to you guys sitting in my car.
Awesome. So I really appreciate it. So I heard, by the way, I did a reaction to those extreme couponers, and I've always been wondering how that's done. So my understanding is that you are an extreme couponer.
That's correct.
Okay. How did you get into this? Tell us from the very beginning how do you start doing this?
Okay, so originally I was in college and I was having a really hard time. I went through some really bad stuff and I had to drop out due to some mental health issues. And I was trying to figure out a way to kind of come up with a way to help us secure our income. I'm married and I had a job at the time and I also had to quit that. So I knew about couponing actually from the show, from watching the show, because it's fairly old actually. It's more from like around 2015. So I went online and started just Googling, like, how do you coupon, where can you find coupons and stuff like that. And the way I actually learned was through YouTube. So on YouTube, we have a huge wealth of creators that talk about all kinds of different ways to coupon and different stores to coupon at, and they tell you, there's like an instructional video that I specifically watched that told me everything about what I need to know for my specific area, like the rules and the policies and where to find the coupon, what the specific rules were of the stores where I live at. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of how I got started into doing it. So
let me ask you this. This is one of the things that I have always just been really curious about. How much time does it take? And have you ever considered back then, like, instead of, if you didn't have a job, why not just go for another job versus going and extreme couponing? Is it that profitable that you make this much money from couponing?
Okay, so it can be. It just depends. And yes, it does take a lot of time if you want to save like 90 to 100%. But if you're only looking to save like 30 to 50%, you can do it in like 2 hours a week. No problem. And there's a lot of things that you can do that don't even really require you to get inserts and coupons and stuff like that. Like, just by having a smartphone and an internet connection, a lot of stores, you don't need any coupons to save money at. All you need is a smartphone, internet connection, and the ability to download apps. So that's a really good way to do it.
Like, what apps? Because, so a really quick side tangent here. One of the things that I do at H&M, by the way, this is a new shirt from H&M, in case anyone was watching this and you're like, Graham, is that a new shirt? The answer is yes. This is a new shirt that I'm wearing right now. But one of the things that I like to do at H&M, they allow you to get 20% off one item if you just sign up for their newsletter. And so what I do, I figured out a way where you can just basically indefinitely sign up for their newsletter. So what I do is I will sign up for the newsletter. The email comes up like a minute later. And then what I do, I show them the email. You get the 20% off the one item. And then I just unsubscribe from the newsletter, and then the next time I go in, I just re-sign up for the same newsletter with the same email address, and that continually gets me 20% off. I don't know if now I'm just gonna ruin it for everybody, because they're like, H&M might be like, wait a second, we didn't realize this. Graham found a loophole, and then they cut it off. So I'm sorry guys if I ruined it now. But anyway, so what are some of the things that you recommend that I can do with a smartphone? Because I would love to save some more money.
Okay, so first of all, I know you're in California, so a lot of your grocery stores are different from mine. But I do know for a fact that majority of the states, grocery stores have their own specific apps that have digital coupons. So all you have to do is search whatever your regional grocery store is. Like, everybody has Walmart, and they don't really have coupons, but just whatever your regional grocery store is, and search for their name on your app store. And a lot of times they have apps. You download the app, and there's usually a tab somewhere that just says coupons. And then, right before you're ready to go to the store, you just sit down, look through the coupons they have, or even search in a search bar for the coupon that you want, add them to your card, and then when you're ready to check out, they have their saving cards or whatever at most grocery stores. You just scan your card, and then bam, you save some money. And a lot of times I find that, like, certain, you know, coupons will work on items they're not supposed to. And you can get things free that way.
How? Okay, so I go to Ralph's a lot, and Ralph's.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys are familiar with Ralph's. That's close by me. I just realized that wait a second, they have a Ralph's app that says coupon shopping and more. I had
Yeah.
no idea.
Yeah.
Wow. That's insane. I had absolutely no
Yeah.
idea. So, what is your current status now? Are you a full-time extreme couponer? Do you have a job? Is this like a side hobby? And how many hours do you spend doing this every week?
Okay, so I have another job. I'm a nanny, but I only work between 2 and 3 days a week. I don't work a whole lot. And then the rest of the time I do spend a lot of time couponing. I spend anywhere between 5 and 20 hours a week couponing, somewhere around there.
Okay.
And it just depends on kind of what's going on as to how good the deals are, is how much time I spend on it. Because if the deals aren't very good, if I'm not getting a lot of free items or a lot of, 90% or more off, I'm not going to worry about couponing that week.
Wow. That's a wait. So you spend 5 to 20 hours a week.
Yeah.
How much would you expect that you would save from doing that?
Oh, I mean, like, if you want to average the entire, like, every week or whatever, I definitely average at least 80%, and a lot of the time it's 90 or 100.
Now, but here's my thing. I mean, here's what I'm sure a lot of people are going to think too. If you're saving, let's say, 50% of $100, then you'd be spending 5 to 20 hours of your time to save $50 versus spending,
Oh, no.
Okay. How much are we spending here?
Okay,
like, what would be the dollar?
About,
I just want to know how much you get paid per hour.
About,
That's what I want to know. That's what everyone wants to know.
Okay.
What does it break down per hour of time spent couponing?
We're talking about, normally I get at least $400 worth of product. At least, and sometimes up to $1,000 a week worth of product. So
are you serious?
That might not seem like a lot for people.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm serious. So that might not seem like a lot to a lot of people. If you're working every day and everything, you got a regular job, okay. But 20 hours for $1,000, and I enjoy it. That's pretty good.
Okay, so let me break it down for everyone watching. If it's, let's say, $400 a week you said on the low end, even if you spend 20 hours doing that, that works out to be $20 an hour. And that's on the low end with a lot of hours. If we go on the high end and we say $1,000 at, let's just say even 10 hours to do that, that's $100 an hour. Like, we're not I'm sitting here thinking like, okay, maybe you're making like $4 or $5 an hour for doing this, and then I was gonna rail you for being like, well, you could just get a job. You just get a job, and then you can make. But like, this is serious. Like even if you spend 5 hours a week and you get the $1,000, so we take the low end of the hours and the high end of the discount, you're making anywhere between $20 an hour on the low end to $200 an hour on the high end, even on the low end.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
And because you're saving the money, like you're not getting like this is $20 like after tax, because you're just getting a savings. It's like you're just not spending the money. It's not income.
Right. And then, but another thing about it is, whenever I get a lot of product, if it's something I can't use all of it, like a lot of times I'm like, oh, I got 50 boxes of cereal. Well, I can't eat 50 boxes of cereal, so I donate it and get a tax credit, and that tax credit comes off of my taxes.
I'm in awe. People are going to be watching this video and they're going to be like, I have never seen Graham look like so in awe and inspired by anything. I hope this video is inspirational for all of you. You better get up off your ass after watching this video and go make it happen. You better, because if this doesn't get you so motivated to save money, I don't know what will. That's insane. That is so smart.
Yeah. I mean, if you watch that show, like, that's kind of unrealistic. Like, people don't just go in the grocery store and get 1,000 at a time. I go shopping anywhere from 3 to 5 days a week, not for a really long time, but the show is over the top, so they kind of bend the quite a bit.
Tell me now, how is the show unrealistic? Because I want to know, because I enjoy watching the show. I enjoy reacting to it. What is unrealistic about the show? So now we all know about that.
Okay, so for one, the amount of coupons that they use You just can't do that in one transaction. Like, I don't care, like, at least where I live, I know for a fact there aren't any grocery stores near me that will take all of those coupons. Like, for the most part, you're limited to 8 coupons per transaction of, like, the same coupon. So I would have to go to a couple of different stores that are the same store, or go outside, load my groceries, and go back in the grocery store and do the transaction again to get all that, right? Okay. And then another thing is that some of the coupons that they show people using on that show, like, a lot of the grocery stores aren't going to take those coupons. Like, there's very strict rules at your grocery store on what coupons you're allowed to use and the quantity and things like that. So when I'm watching the show now, I see, like, oh, they kind of bend the rules for the show just to make it super extreme. Yeah. And also because the grocery store basically gets, you know, some free advertisement from the show. So that's why the grocery store is willing to kind of bend the rules a little bit to allow them to do that in one transaction like that. Got it.
I got a question for you. So one of the recent episodes that I watched that I reacted to was the kid got paid. I think it was like 50 cents per razor blade that he bought. And then he bought like 300 razor blades. Does that ever happen that a grocery store would pay you to take something?
Absolutely. But it depends on the grocery store. Some grocery stores, like Walmart, for instance, in my area, will pay you. So they'll give you cash or a gift card. You can choose. There's another grocery store called Publix where I live that also will do that, and I've done that before multiple times. I mean, this past week, I bought a bunch of makeup that was in their clearance section, but I had coupons for it that matched up with them. Used the coupons and got like $1 back on each piece of makeup I bought. I ended up making like $40 or something like that.
Where did you find the coupon?
Okay, coupons for the most that I get are in your Sunday newspaper. So majority of people have to go and buy their Sunday paper from, you know, a gas station or a grocery store, or you can get it delivered to your house. But because I'm like really next level, I have a church that donates all of the inserts to me. So they get the inserts from people that come in on Sunday, and they just ask them to bring their Sunday papers. And then I donate a portion of what I get to the church. Wow. That way it's kind of like they pay me back for it. So I get a lot of inserts. That way I can make a lot more money. And really anybody could do that. Like, all you have to do is be willing to kind of like look around. And I mean, some places, like if you live in an apartment complex, they will recycle, you know, their papers. And if they don't use their coupons, which most people don't, they buy the Sunday paper and just throw that away. You can go over to their recycling bin. It'll be full of papers. Just pull out the inserts, and there you go. You got some free inserts you don't have to pay for. So, you know, I mean, that's a little extreme. A lot of people will be like, "Ew, that's gross," or whatever. But, I mean, you got to do what you got to do if you don't have a lot of money, right?
That's absolutely incredible. Is there anything else you want to tell us about couponing that maybe people don't know about, or any sort of resource, or really anything? Sure. I'm so intrigued by this.
Okay, so another thing you can do outside of couponing that's very similar and is like part of the reason why I save 90% or get a lot of things for free are rebate apps. I don't know if you've ever heard of rebate apps, but one specifically that I like to use is Ibotta, and that one's really easy to use. And the best part about it is you get rebates on the items that you buy. You can use a coupon with the item, get the rebate. And on top of that, if you get so many number of rebates in a certain period of time, they give you extra money. Like, they'll say, oh, if you get 15 rebates through, you know, Sunday or whatever at the beginning of the week, we'll give you an extra $10 just for getting those rebates. So that's how I get paid. And you can cash right out to your PayPal account, put that in your bank account, whatever. So I may have to pay some money at the grocery store, but I get it right back in my PayPal account and transfer it to my account, pay it off, you know.
You know what? This is so interesting. I'm going to make everyone a deal if you're down to do it, okay? If this video gets, I'm going to say 300,000 views. So it's going to take 300,000 views, and I'm going to say 20,000 likes. Because I want to make sure if you guys are into this, it's better. It's got 300,000 views, 20,000 likes. If you're interested, I will literally fly down to you and I will do a video showing exactly how you do this. So it'll be almost like a day in the life sort of video where I follow you around for the day and seeing how much you could save on coupons. And it'll be real. It's not going to be some like BS scripted TLC UK, you know, extreme. This will be like the real deal. If you're down to do it and the video can actually perform and people want to see it, are you down to do it?
I'm definitely down to do it. I just hope we can get it on a good week where I'm getting a lot of stuff.
That's fine.
But,
I mean,
yeah,
I will
that's
plan the
the
trip in the future around like a good day. I'm pretty last minute with a lot of this stuff. If you're down to do it. So again, 300,000 views, 20,000 likes. If you could just hit the like button on this video is for sure going to get over 20,000 views. So like the thing is, if every person that watches it just hits the like button, we got like a lot of it done out of the way. So anyway, let me know on that. But
Yeah,
I am
sure.
super interested in that. And thank you so much for taking the time to answer all of these questions for us.
Absolutely. It's no problem.
Well, thank you again. I really appreciate this. And yeah, we'll definitely keep in touch.
Absolutely.
Cool. Awesome. Well, thanks again. Talk to you soon.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoy that. Make sure to subscribe. Also add me on Instagram. I post there pretty much daily, so if you want to be a part of it there, feel free to add me there. Thank you again for watching, and until next time.